Good. All right, here's a question about the hosts of heaven. Is God always creating more hosts since we use them by faith? In other words, I guess in growing numbers, we're using more and more of the hosts because you're teaching us that. Does God need to or choose to at times create new hosts? That's the question.
I don't know that he has to create them. There's billions of hosts. There's just billions and billions of them. And he made them because he knew this would happen one day. He knew one day was his ultimate goal, was for us to command them. They're not protecting heaven. They never protected heaven. Not with the Father on the throne. He you know what? Michael only got to hold Lucifer while God zapped him out with a lightning bolt. They didn't even get to really fight them in heaven. God just knew when he had enough of the lying and the deceiving of the angels, and he just decided, this is it, I'm done with this, and kicked all of those. All 1/3 of the angels were kicked out with Lucifer. That means 2/3 more are in heaven that belong to God, that he created for his specific purposes. And I do know that there's billions and billions have been waiting for these days to come on the earth, excited to be a part of us. They literally fight the enemy, the spiritual enemy that comes against us all the time, and it will make a major difference in your life. So I don't know that, I guess he could do anything he wants to if he wanted to make more. I don't see why he couldn't make more. I know that there's a limit to how many of us were in him. We were always in him, but there's a limit to how many of us. I don't know if there's millions or billions of little spiritual beings still in God. I do know that he won't need this physical realm anymore when he sends the last one to earth. I do know that for sure. And there's always going to be plenty of hosts to protect us, to war on our behalf. We have more, so many more. And the way you get more is by sending the ones you already have. You can't sit and go, well, I send them once a week or send them once a month. I just say the more that you keep them active, the more God will add to that army that you're commanding yourself.
Yeah, I mean, so is it? I'm almost hearing you say, and I would assume it's this way with you, Kat, because you said you spend hours at night setting the host. I'm assuming that God will give you millions or billions if you need, because you keep sending and sending and sending.
Yes.
I assume that it's limitless, that you will never ever run out of hosts to send, because would that be about accurate?
I will just say exactly what the Father said to me. When they opened the scroll in heaven, that was the host initiative, and that's what it said on the scroll. That was when the whole thing began. In 2014 was when it began, that we could actually choose to command an army by inviting them to be one of our weapons. It started in 2014. God said that he would send them. There would be no measure, and that's how he puts it, no measure to how many can come if we are willing to send them and command them and to live right. Because you have to remember, they hearken unto the word of the Lord. The Lord was righteous. He was upstanding. He sent them for the purposes that God needed them sent. It was to fight against evil. Don't send them to do your neighbor in or your neighbor's dog in. They won't listen. But anything going on now, there's so much activity where you could send the host to come against the demonic controlling any area on the earth, or any group on the earth, or any plans or even wicked things that they're planning. The host can go shred the platforms that support that stuff in the spirit and make it fall to the ground. And then we're just going to have to do one of these broadcasts solely on strategic use of the host.
That sounds good.
So there's no measure. That's how he puts it. No measure.